Okay, morning everybody. Jason, Hollis Outdoors. First morning in a long time I hit my snooze. So, I missed deer hunting this morning. So usually on these days, every once in a while when I hit my snooze, I catch up on things I've been wanting to do. So, as y'all know, I've been on this journey with the traditional bow hunting. And boy, it's a tough one, but I'm hanging in there. We're having some good results, and every once in a while we have something bad, but that's just gonna be part of it. That's part of any hunting, but the traditional stuff, whew, it's tough. But anyway, these traditional bows are worse than tater chips. One just ain't enough. And I've had an idea. I like short bows. I've got a couple of shorter bows, but the poundage is too high now. I've got an idea for that I'm going to try later. But anyway, in the meantime, I know everybody says long bow, longer bows are smoother, more forgiving, and I believe all that. But you get in these situations and they stand sometimes or sitting on the ground, and I like hunting in a blind. Y'all see me hunting out of these shooting houses we got, whether it be shooting out the bow windows or opening the door. I just like playing with all that stuff. And so, like I said, like I told you before when we got the super cheap longbow, most all my bows have always been a custom type bow. And I have never had a bear bow. The short bow that I wanted is more of a custom type. It's a production bow, but it's more of a custom type bow, and it's high, and I just didn't want to do that right now. So I watched a lot of videos on this, and of course this company's been around for years, and I've never had one of their bows. Straight out of the wrapper, the way I usually do it with y'all. Bear Super Mag shorter than this. This is the Bear Kodiak Magnum. It is, let me make sure I say everything right. It's a 52-inch bow. I think it measures 52 unstrung. Let's see. I always show y'all right out of the box. That thing measures 48 unstrung. I wonder if it gets longer strung. I've never measured these things like this. Y'all know I'm new to all this. Alright, so anyway, this is the Bear Kodiak Magnum. They make the Super Kodiak. I think it's called a Super Kodiak Magnum. And it is shorter than this. 40 pounds at 28. Yeah. I don't know. I watched a lot of videos on it, and I talked to a buddy of mine. He said his is super smooth. I'm gonna love it. They've had this bow out for many years. I've seen some reviews on some. If I'm not mistaken, back in the 60s maybe, early 70s, they started with this bow. But it is of course they've changed a lot of the paint schemes from year to year. I think it's kind of a gray. Got this white looking stuff, maybe supposed to look like a horn. I'm not sure what all's in there, but this is a sharp bow. But I can tell you right now, sitting in a blind or tree stand, I hate trimming limbs if I don't have to. And you know, if you're sitting there with a compound, I think that last one out, my Matthews is what, 30 something inches. And I can tell you a longer bow than that. I mean, you see everybody competition shooting long bows, but we hunting. And I like to get them in there tight. Trying to get all my bows. It sounds bad, all my bows, but I love these things. And I'm planning on sticking with them right now. So if I can get them all, like yesterday or the day before I got that last doe, I shot 2 of my bows in the same day. And I'm trying to get them all very close. I'm gonna try a different, mine's going blank. I'm gonna try a different arrow setup with this. Some arrows that I already had I want to play with, something different. But anyway, let's get this thing strung up, and then I might go ahead and put the silencers on it before I string it, and then we'll go from there. Alright, I got her strung up, set the braid height. The recommended is 7.5 to 8 inches. I set it at like 7 3/4. The bow measures tip to tip about 49 and a half, something like that. And it seems like I mean, it's smooth, but it's, of course, I've been shooting a 35, 5 pounds, a lot of difference. This is a 40. It seems like a pretty stout 40, but I believe she's gonna be all right. It's pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. Comes with the air rest on it. I'm sure they call that bear hair, don't they? All right, I'm gonna get my, where'd they go? My string silencers on it. They call these beaver fur silencers. The last ones I got was called beaver balls. I'm gonna put these on real quick. And I've got a Selway slide on quiver. And then we'll look at the arrows. I'm gonna set my knocking point. And then I'm ready to shoot this baby. All right, so I got my string silencer on there. I'm probably doing it the wrong way, or maybe not the proper way. I take a screwdriver and stick it between the strings, turn it up edgeways, slide it in there, wrap them around, take the screwdriver back on there, turn it up edgeways, slide it through, stick it through an 1/8 or a 1/4, let it go. It ain't coming off. Man, I'm liking this thing. All right, now it's time to get this quiver on there. All right, so the quiver I got, I didn't realize it was like this. I've got one other like this. A lot of them just slide on the limbs. This one separates right there, and it's got this little nut that goes on there, so I ain't got to take it down to put the quiver on there. Make sure I turn it the right way half the time, and I may still do it. Put them on there backwards. Man, that's gonna make it look good right there. I even got the one that says bear on it. I'm going all out. I probably got it on there upside down. I'm gonna slide it up as far as I can where it don't affect the performance of these limbs as much as possible. There's some neat little quivers. It's got the studs in there, whatever you want to call it, to put their bolt-on quiver. I think these right here help silence it down. I think I put one on there the other day backwards 3 times. Maybe I got it right on this one. They got it figured out on this kind of quiver. Makes it simple. Especially that the other day on that longbow that I had to do all that notching and carrying on. I'm gonna get them slid down as far as I can. I may have to adjust it because this shorter bow, I really don't want my arrows sticking past the bottom limb. It kind of defeats the purpose of having a short bow then, to me. That looks good. I think I got her on there right. All right, I'm going to set my knocking point. Kind of wondering how much this, I'm sure I'm going to check its brace height several times. I know this string's going to stretch as I shoot it. I'm on 7 3/4 exactly. I'm going to take some Gorilla Tape and set my knock point with it to start with, and then because I can move it around or take it off, put a new piece on it, and before I put my permanent knock point on there. Just looking at it, man, it looks good. It feels good too. It's gonna feel even better with a quiver full of arrows, get a little bit more weight. Man, it'll be nice. It's sure maneuverable, if that's what you want to call it. I hope it shoots good. All right, I think I'm gonna set this knock point 5/8, 9/16, somewhere around in there, high, and then we'll shoot it and see what it does. All right, so I got my knock point on with Gorilla Tape. I'm about about 5/8 above center there. We can play with that if we need to. And I got something else that I'm gonna do. I got me a grain scale. I've never played with weighing these arrows and stuff before. Slide up a little bit. I'll make it do it like this. Turn y'all down a little bit. Alright, so I had me I've been shooting about 530 grains, I believe, 540. What is it, 539? Whatever it is, somewhere around 530 with my other bows. And I've been wanting to play with something. I've been thinking about going a little lighter. And I had these 600 grains. I've been shooting 500s in my other bows. These are 600s. I've shot them a little bit and they shoot good. It's got a 150 grain tip on them. Got me a little handy dandy scale. I'm gonna just hold it. And I've probably been shooting, what, 12, 13, 14 grains per inch or whatever. This right here, I think about as least as you need to go is about 10 grains per pound. This thing zero's not doing real good on my lap. Why ain't you zeroing? All right, there we go. All right. See if I can do this without it falling. Alright, so I figure on this bow with my draw length, I'm probably pulling 37, 38 pounds. This 600 spined arrow with a 150 grain tip is 382. So I'm gonna be all over that 10 grains per inch with this bow, and I can always, that's a 150 grain tip. I've been studying on some heads that I want to play with. I can go up if I need to, or I can stay with 150. I could go just a little bit lighter and probably still be on that 10 grains per inch. So I'm fixing to load my quiver up with these. These are some nice arrows from Three Rivers Archery. They call them traditional only. It's an eastern arrow. That's a nice looking arrow. And they fly good too. I've shot them some. So I'm finna load the quiver. We're finna go out there and shoot this bad boy a little bit. All right, y'all, I hope the sun hadn't done got too bad, but I went ahead and loaded the quiver down because I like the feel of it. Boy, it feels good. We're fixing the tester. I got my little block target there at 15 yards. I'm gonna see how it shoots, and I'm gonna grab my phone here in a minute. I like the slow-mo on my phone. And we'll see how it shoots. These are 600 spined arrows. Had a 150. I think we ended up, what, right at 400, so we're about 10 grains per inch, or per pound, or whatever you want to call it. Still got my, hadn't shot it yet, got my knock point with Gorilla Tape till we see if we like it. Let's see how she shoots. 15 yards. That is nice right there. I can tell you right now, me personally, I don't need to be over 40 pounds. 35's probably that I'm probably pulling about, I'm gonna say I'm pulling 37, 38 with this one. I think it's flying good too, and boy, she's quiet. It feels really good with the quiver full of arrows. I ain't ready to hunt with it. I just wanted to kind of put it together. I think I just hit an arrow. From what I can tell, I am probably gone. I think I'm good on my knock point. Golly. I ain't never shot a group that good right off the bat. pulled a little bit on that one. That is sweet. I'd recommend this to anybody. I don't know, my draw length probably with one of these bows. I don't know. I'm not pulling 28, 26, 27, so I don't know how I'd do with a super long draw length, but that thing is sweet right there. I'm fixing to get these arrows, see if I can set my phone up. Like I said, I like the slow-mo on it, and we'll see what it looks like. Alright y'all, so here she is. The Bear Kodiak Magnum, 40 pounds at 28. I'm glad I could have stood to 35, but I'll be okay with that 40. I don't need any more for sure. I'm probably pulling, like I said, 37, 38. After the slow motion, I like how the air is flying. I'm fixing to get over here and find my nocks and get my nock on there. And she'll be ready to shoot. I got to decide. I'm really liking this 600. This 600 air. I'm gonna go over one day. Like I said, y'all know I'm not a professional at this traditional archery for sure. But I'm gonna go over how I'm shooting my bows, aiming, I'll call it. I'm gonna get Cody down here one day, and he does his a little different. And we're gonna do a video one day on how we aim our bows, traditional bows. But this one's got a 150. With a 600 air. I like how it's flying. I've got some hunt. I'm up there, what was I at? 380 something with my total weight. I don't think I need to go any lighter, but I do want to try the 10 grains per inch, per pound, whatever you call it, on a deer. I want to see what it does, because I've seen what Cody does. Cody's got a super light air with a 100 grain tip, and the one he killed went right through it pretty much. It stayed with her till she fell over, but it was out the other side. So I got to get off them shoulders. I know that. Got to get in between, a lot of room in between that hind quarter and that shoulder, lungs, a lot of area. I got to, it's not the bow's fault, it's all me. I got to get away from all that. You don't need to shoot in the shoulder with anything. My opinion, I don't need to. Somebody else may can, and you can probably get away with it with a big compound or even some of these recurves. And the one I got the other day, I mean, it went right through the shoulder and got that heart pretty much. But anyway, that's why I'm gonna try this. I want to see. I like how they shoot, and I had these arrows, and I hadn't been shooting them out of my longbow, but I'm gonna try them on this one. But man, I like that little bow, and as far as smooth and all compared to a longer bow, I don't know. I was shooting it pretty good. I'm gonna say it's plenty forgiving. You just got to practice with it like any of the others and shoot them. But anyway, I'm gonna get this knock point on there, and then I'm not ready to hunt with it yet. I got to get everything set up the best I can, and then practice with it. But it's a sweet little bow. It's gonna be nice in them stands or on the ground of that short length. I love it. But anyway, we'll catch y'all on the next one.